Okay, so this is a bit of a different video here today. I'm sitting here down at my 32-foot Bayfield full keel sailboat, and I haven't been down here much over the winter, the last few months. Moved it into a new marina, and since around Christmas I just really haven't been down here, which is way too long to not be at the boat. I came down today. It was a little bit of a nicer day. Still cold out, but it was a little bit of sun in the sky. And I thought, let's get down to the boat and see what's going on down there. Luckily, I came because when I got here, the bilge was literally half a centimeter underneath the floorboards. And this is a huge bilge. There was like probably, I did at least 20 buckets of water, and the bucket is 3 gallons. So 60 gallons of water. I had to hand bomb out of here because the fuse was blowing on the bilge pump, which in and of itself, that was not a problem. I was able to replace the fuse, but something's jammed up in there because it keeps blowing the fuse. So I'm not going to keep wasting the fuses. I just decided to hand bomb it out, get it down so that there's nothing in it. And then I'll come back next week and look at the bilge pump and see if I can get the obstruction out of it. So yeah, I originally just thought I'd come down, do a little bit of cleaning on the boat because I knew the hull was going to need to be cleaned a bit, which it's not too bad. There is a little bit of slime growing on it, but not bad. And yeah, I thought I'd just spend a little bit of time down here, see how things are going. I've got a heater in here, so I don't crank it, but I keep it on maximum low. So I don't know how many watts that is, but probably around 400 watts of output in one of those oil-filled heaters. So there is heat in here. Otherwise, like, everything's fine other than the bilge was completely full. So I'm really thankful that I came down today to have a look at it because it really needed it. And I've been putting it off. I don't know why. Just haven't had the I just haven't had the wherewithal to get down here and do it. So I've done it now. And then I checked the oil, which was fine in the diesel engine, fired it up, let it run for a few minutes, not too long because these motors don't like to idle. So I let it idle for a couple of minutes, then I'm tied up to the dock. I put some load on it, put it in reverse, and let it take a bit of a load for a minute or two just to get the oil flowing, lubrication flowing in the motor. So, and it fired right up. I mean, the Yanmar in this thing is so sweet. It's got it only has about 800 hours on it, just under 800 hours, and it's a really nice 30 horsepower diesel engine, Yanmar diesel engine. So yeah, just fired right up. That's great. Everything else in the boat's fine. I kind of knew that there was a little bit of an issue with the bilge pump, but yeah, it was just an oversight on my behalf. When you own a boat, you really have to have diligence, and you have to get down to your boat at least every month. I mean, that's minimum. It's probably better to get down every couple of weeks, especially when it's heavy rain. Like, we live in the Vancouver area, there's a lot of rain. We had a couple of like atmospheric rivers, and boats leak. I mean, this is an old boat. It's a 1976 Bayfield 32. It's not a brand new boat, but then even new boats will leak. So it doesn't matter how old your boat is, you need to be on it, and you need to be checking that stuff out. So anyways, I thought I would do a little video while I'm down here. Long story short, I've had this boat now for less than a year. My wife and I bought this boat after our 20th wedding anniversary last year. Well, within a couple months of our 20th wedding anniversary. I had owned a smaller sailboat in Vancouver 21 years ago or 22 years ago, just before I met my wife. And then we were overseas, living in Vietnam and Korea, and we just sold the boat when we first got married. We needed the money, and we sold it. No regrets on that at all. It was the right move to make. We never came back to Canada for several years, and then even when we did, we weren't living in the Vancouver area, so it wouldn't have been a viable option in any way anyway, so it was great that we were able to sell it shortly after we were married. But it's always been something that I've really wanted to pursue, and it kind of ties into the filmmaking side of things too, because it really is like a goal of mine to be able to get out this year, spring, summer, and fall, and do some exploring of between Vancouver Island and the mainland. And there's a ton of islands and little moorages and anchorages, and I want to get out this year on many little mini adventures, maybe 2-3 days. And this boat is, I mean, the people that we bought this boat off of were living on this boat, and they weren't young couple. They were our age. They had moved over from Ontario, and they had made it into a small home. And so it does basically have everything you need to live on. If you're in a marina that has a shower, that's the one thing that I wouldn't want to have to do in here is shower. But the bathroom's fine, and kitchen's great. We've got a diesel stove in here to heat it, an electrical. So yeah, no, it's a fantastic boat, cruising boat, and a great size, 32 feet, around 10,000 pounds of displacement, full keel. Recently repowered within 10, 12 years ago. So it's got a really reliable, like I said, diesel engine. And yeah, I just want to get out and start making films about cruise, like just mini cruises and just the area, just get out into nature. That was a lot of what I did earlier on in my channel, was backpacking and camping, and I love that stuff. And really that's more important to me and making films about it is really engaging and really rewarding. And that's really what I want to do. So I just thought I'd do a little short video, and then I'll after I finish here, I'll do some walkthrough of the boat, and I use that as B-roll while I'm talking. But yeah, it's a great boat. It's a little bit messy right now, but it's a beauty, and we're really lucky to have it. Really thankful that my wife was agreeable to buying the boat. It's not an inexpensive thing to own. It's the monthly, right? Like the upkeep, the maintenance, and the moorage is really what costs a lot. And the boat itself is fairly expensive too, but nothing in comparison to the ongoing costs. So we'll see how long we keep it for. I definitely like to use it this year and get out and, like I said, make some films of exploring the inside passage and around the island. Maybe get over to Victoria. These are all things that I've really wanted to do for a long time, and this is the perfect boat to do it in. So anyways, thanks for stopping in today and having a visit on our boat. Our sailboat is named Enjoy, and it's a beauty, and we really do enjoy it. So hopefully there'll be more content revolving around the boat this year. Yeah, so thanks again for stopping in, and have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks again. Bye for now.